First at 4, the officer charged in the shooting death of Patrick Lyoya faces a judge for the first time. We'll have a live report. Reaction coming in today after last night's hearing from the January 6th committee. Find out what President Biden has to say. Paul.
These third graders are in the doghouse, but it's a great thing.
What else do you need to measure?
Their brand of health, love, and healing.
Look at the camera like that.
Showers dotting the map this afternoon, and a little bit more of this expected the next few days. We'll break down that weekend forecast right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. Breaking first at 4, a Grand Rapids police officer is formally charged in the shooting death of Patrick Lyoya. Christopher Schur made his first appearance in court via Zoom this afternoon, where he pleaded not guilty. Schur is charged with second-degree murder and faces life in prison if convicted. Sean Lay joins us right now with more on what happened inside the courtroom. Sean?
Let's get right to it, Karen. This courtroom was packed with supporters and family of Officer Schur, some wearing Back the Blue t-shirts, others wearing shirts that read #IStandWithSchur. And here's what happened. Officer Christopher Schur making his first court appearance, charged with the second-degree murder of Patrick Lyoya. Schur pulled Lyoya over the morning of April 4th in Grand Rapids for having an improper license plate. Lyoya got out of his vehicle, then ran from the officer. The two struggling for more than 2 minutes before the officer got on top of Lyoya, pulled his weapon, and fired the fatal shot into the back of Lyoya's head. An attorney for Schur arguing that he should be released on bond, indicating exactly how Schur plans to fight the charge.
Your Honor, the defense submits that Officer Schur on this charge was justified in his use of force in this episode and is not guilty of this crime. And we ask that the court honor that presumption of innocence and set a reasonable bond to your.
Back here live, the judge did give Schur a $100,000 cash surety bond. Karen, at 5 and 6, the judge breaks down why he's giving this officer a bond. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Sean. Now we're getting our first look at the man charged in the deadly shooting of an 11-year-old girl in Detroit. 21-year-old William Dickerson is accused of firing a gun with a 17-year-old from another backyard. Now, this happened on June 4th on the city's east side. Prosecutors say a stray bullet entered a home on Goulburn, hitting Sanaya Pugh in the back. She died from her injuries. Dickerson faces several charges, including second-degree murder. We'll have more on today's arraignment when you join us at 5. We are expecting an update from Detroit police today in that search for the remains of Zion Foster. Last week, crews removed about 20 feet of material from Lenox Township landfill and also found a piece of mail from Detroit. Perhaps a clue? Zion's cousin admitted to police that he put her body in a dumpster when he found her unresponsive. The search could take 6 weeks to complete. Police believe Foster's body is 100 feet or more below the surface in that landfill. We're following this closely. Americans still getting hit hard in the wallet. Inflation grew by 1% last month and now sits at 8.6% over the last year. That is the highest rate of inflation since 1981. High prices for groceries and gasoline continue to drive those numbers. Meantime, the Federal Reserve is expected to raise rates by another half point to between 1.25% and 1.5% next week in hopes of keeping that current rate of inflation in check. Meantime, high prices for gasoline continue to drive those numbers. AAA reporting this afternoon the national average of a regular gallon of gas sits at $4.99. That's 23 cents up from a week ago. Here in Michigan, the statewide average for a gallon of gas is $5.22, 28 cents more than last week. In Metro Detroit, it's $5.27 a gallon. Experts say the main reason for the rising gas prices in the U.S. is the rising cost of oil. CDC is increasing new COVID risk levels here in Michigan. Macomb County is now at a medium risk for COVID, meaning it's no longer recommended to wear a mask indoors. Masks are only recommended if you have symptoms or have been exposed. Meantime, Wayne, Oakland, and Washtenaw counties are still at high risk. This comes as the Biden administration is ending the requirement that air travelers heading to the U.S. must show a negative COVID test before boarding flights. The mandate ends Sunday. Time now for our first look At the forecast, Brett Collar joins us now with more on what we can expect as we knock on the door to the weekend.
We're getting ready for it, but in a soggy fashion in some spots. You can see on Storm Tracker 4 how there is some rain dotting the map, even some lightning and some thunder. No severe weather is really expected, but a couple of good downpours. You can even see parts of Wayne County up into Macomb County, some decent rain falling, heading out into Ontario as we speak. Further back out to the west, especially down in parts of Ann Arbor, down towards Dundee, some light to moderate rain falling. The thunder and lightning that we've been seeing has been mainly up in parts of Livingston County. You can see just to the north of Howell, northwest of Heartland, some decent rain falling. More of this action back out to the west near Lansing. So we'll hang on to these chances the next couple of hours, and that does include, unfortunately, the Tigers game, at least to start. But I do expect the game to go on at some point with more clearing taking place by later on this evening. We've got more rain on tap for parts of the weekend. We'll dive into that coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brett, all eyes on Capitol Hill this afternoon. The fallout continues from the January 6th committee presenting new evidence and investigation findings during the first primetime televised hearing. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom, and Kim, reaction pouring in from across the country on last night's hearing.
Karen, good afternoon. The committee provided more context and witness accounts of what happened that day last year. This first hearing included dramatic new video of the riot and interviews from those within former President Trump's inner circle. New disturbing video of the day of the riot was played during the hearing. There was also witness testimony of what happened. Capitol Police Officer Caroline Edwards compared the scene to a battle zone. Committee members say former President Trump stoked anger among supporters and encouraged the storming of the Capitol by rioters, feeding the lie that the 2020 election was stolen. During a speech in Los Angeles today, President Biden, speaking, insisted it's important the public gets a full account of events of January 6th.
It's important to the American people to understand what truly happened and to understand that the same forces that led January 6th remain at work today. It's about our democracy itself. We have to protect our democracy. I know it sounds corny to say it. We're all raised in school. Democracy, every generation has to protect it. I have to admit to you, I never thought that it was going to be this straightforward a challenge before.
There will be at least 6 public hearings from the January 6th committee throughout this month. The next hearing is scheduled for Monday. So coming up tonight at 6, we're hearing from some of the Michigan defendants charged in connection to the riots at the Capitol. But until then, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thank you, Kim. Well, today is the last day of school for students in the Lake Orion Community School District, and a group of third graders have put the finishing touches on a project to give a support dog given to Oxford High School a home. Our Paula Tubman was there for the special delivery.
So this was actually supposed to be a science STEM, kind of an engineering project for third graders where they were going to learn measurements and engineering and area, things like that. But it was the students who actually decided to turn this into something great, something really great for their neighbors to the north in the Oxford School District. The Lake Orion Community School District is a close neighbor to the Oxford School District, and the shooting at Oxford High School last fall that killed 4 students and wounded 7 others, well, that injury didn't just stop there. At Orion Oaks Elementary School, a little girl lost a friend, Justin Schilling, who felt more like a brother to her. The third grade teacher, Kimberly Acton's daughter, suffered a concussion as she jumped from a window to escape the bullets. And these third graders feel that pain barely 7 miles away.
We wanted to help Oxford High School to get rid of their bad memories.
And so when one of their STEM teachers, Andrea Brook, talked about a building project to learn measurements,
1 foot 3 inches.
her students had, well, other ideas.
I actually lost a family member and it didn't feel right. So they got a new therapy dog, and that's why we built this house for him.
Oxford High School received a therapy dog, and the children at Orion Oaks knew that dog would need a dog house. And so they got to work.
Oh yeah, we had to make tape on our carpet in the room.
We had to measure all the pieces again on the wood to make sure all of our calculations were correct.
This is a house built from sadness, yes, but also filled with love.
We choose the colors like gold and blue because that's the colors that are Oxford. Then we even had to cut the wood, which one wrong cut would make the whole thing fall apart.
They were thoughtful about every aspect of construction.
We researched and came to
Cavaliers for to see how big Oxford the dog was gonna get. We didn't want to make it too big because sometimes when it's too big, they sometimes don't like it.
And when they presented the house to the dog and the school, a sense of pride, kinship, and yes, perhaps, a little healing.
We were the little kids and we did something they never did.
Yeah, you know, those little kids can do really big things, a real sense of empathy, but also, Karen, a real understanding of what happened right up the road, but also what's happening in our nation. Just very quickly, there's another news item that I really want to put on the radar of everyone. Governor just signed $66 million in school funding, but I really want parents to understand what it means and what their districts have to do to get that money. We're going to do a breakdown coming up at 5, so I hope you'll rejoin me then.
Very important story. All right. Thank you, Paula.